What's up, my beautiful people? Happy Monday. It's Monday right now. It's currently 8:50. Today's video is gonna be a little different. I'm gonna be bringing you guys along on a sales. We're gonna be meeting with the homeowner and kind of giving them a quote on, I guess they want to do their kitchen cabinets as well as two bathroom vanities, and I think they want to restain the whole floor, so we're gonna do that. All right, supposed to be meeting with them at 9. I'm almost there. So this video is gonna be like a kind of like a raw footage of trying to close a job. Half of the jobs that we get we don't close, and that's something I can admit. We don't close some of the jobs that we get, which is totally fine. It happens. Like I said, we're not the most expensive contractors, but also we're not the cheapest. So there's times where we closes, there's times where we don't, and that's part of life, man. It's okay to take some losses here and there. But like I said, this is gonna be, I'm gonna let you guys know if I close it or not, or just kind of explain to you guys what the homeowner's trying to say, you know, because there's a lot of steps into talking with someone and how they feel, their movements, and you can kind of feel like if you're gonna close it or not. And that's what I'm gonna tell you guys if I do or not. Always have that positive mindset. Go in there with your all, and go in there with, I'm gonna close this job. All right, so that's what we're gonna do today. And then we'll see what we do after. We're still over in our San Clemente project right now, so we're trying to wrap things up over there so we can start our next project. And then we have a couple people doing some interiors in Camp Pendleton, so that's exciting. But yeah, I'll get back to you guys once I get to the homeowners and let you guys know if I end up closing it or not, which we'll see. I'm gonna give you guys my honest opinion if I did or not. All right, guys, so we're pulling up at the homeowners. I'm just gonna let you guys know what happens. You know, I have a pretty good sales background, so I'm pretty successful in closing jobs. But at the same time, it's like sometimes I just don't close them. You know, and it happens. I don't know. Sometimes you kind of want to build that relationship with the homeowners and, you know, let them trust you and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm already here. I'm gonna go give this homeowner a quote and see if I can build that relationship with the person and let them trust me to do this job, you know. And like I said, we're not the most expensive, but we're also not the cheapest, you know. So it happens, because then if you charge super cheap, you know, you have very thin profit margins, and it just doesn't make sense. You know, at the end of the day, it just does not make sense. So you kind of want to have like not a big gap of profit margins, but a good amount, you know, so everyone can eat, you know. So yeah, like I said, we're already here. I'm gonna let you guys know what happens, and yeah, stay tuned. All right, guys, so we just left the homeowner's house. It took us about 30 minutes of conversating. Honestly, I genuinely, my honest opinion, I don't think we're gonna close this job, and that's just me being realistic to you guys. You know, it's not me being lying to you guys. That's not me. It's just me being realistic, you know. Like I said, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, and I think this one was a loss. And I don't know, I think, like I said on my other video, homeowners try to find the cheapest option ever. You know, I kind of gave her like a little question, and I told her, I was like, hey, do you have a price budget in mind? And she was thinking about it. It's funny because she was thinking about it, and she was like 10 grand.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Yet again, you're looking at the flooring, you're looking at the cabinets, you're looking at the painting, the whole interior, doors, trim, baseboards, everything. You're looking at everything. She wants to do the whole interior. and her ballpark was 10 grand.
These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
I was like, in my head, I was like, yeah, no, I'm sorry, no. But when I looked, I was like, okay, like I kind of want to be realistic with you, and I was being respectful. I doubt you're gonna get someone to paint everything for 10 grand, you know, because it's like, come on, you know, how are you gonna want to paint? Well, how you want to waste 10 grand for painting the whole interior, as well as the cabinets, as well as restaining the floor? Like, come on, we gotta kind of be realistic sometimes and be like, yeah, I'm not gonna get that price. You can probably get that price with, you know, probably hiring, I don't know, Home Depot workers, pay them by the hour, by the day. You can probably save yourself around 10 grand. But yet again, each finish is different, each painter is different. If you hire someone who specializes in the trade, then you'll get quality, good results, you know. I don't know, it was just kind of crazy, kind of hectic. And yeah, my honest opinion, I'm still gonna send her the quotes, you never know, via email, and then we'll see what happens. But if you were to ask me if I'm gonna get the job or not, I don't think so, man. Oh well, it happens, you know. It's okay, you know. I don't really kind of get bummed out. It's fine. It's part of work, it's part of life, and I don't know, there's probably going to be better job opportunities out there, you know. Like I said in my Q&A, we don't usually work with homeowners, we work with general contractors, most of the time new construction homes, and that's more of like our ballpark. And the reason why is because we have pretty good profit margins with them instead of homeowners, you know. With homeowners, we have a really thin profit margins that just don't work out for us, you know. If something goes wrong, then our profit margins are just all messed up, and we don't, instead of making profit, we're just paying out of our own pocket, which sucks, and it's something we don't want to happen, you know. So yeah, it's just something to be realistic. Right now we're gonna be going home, picking up a couple things, and then we're gonna go to Starbucks to do some paperwork and some emails and stuff like that. It's a Monday, so it's kind of, you know, getting ready for the week. And then tomorrow we're going to be heading to San Clemente. I love San Clemente. I think it's the best. If I had the money, I would definitely move over there. But yeah. Alright, I'll talk to you guys soon. Alright guys, so we didn't end up going to Starbucks. I just decided to just stay home and work on it here, because after this I do have to go somewhere. So yeah, I just got off the phone with my dad, speaking to him about this project that the lady wants us to do, the homeowner. And it is a pretty big job, but it's not really in the price range she's looking for. She's looking for something a little cheaper, which is something we don't do. I feel like that's one of the reasons why we just don't end up working with homeowners, you know. I think things are just not, pricing wise is just not it for us. Like I said, every homeowner's on a budget, you know, so it's not on our price range. I think that's why we work with general contractors most of the time, because it's like it's always 80-20, you know. And with homeowners, it's like a 80% chance we don't get it, and 20% chance we do get it. So it's like the odds are very off, you know. So I'm still gonna send these quotes. I spoke to him, pricing wise we were talking, and I think we gonna quote this at a pretty good price. I hope so. And I hope that, you know, the homeowner doesn't say anything. You know, most of the time they do say something. They message me back, or they message back saying, oh, it's not on our price range, thank you for your time. And you already know the whole thing around that. So yeah, because most of the time back in the day, I remember when I was with my dad, our profit margins would be nothing, absolutely nothing, you know. I feel like at the end of the day we would work by the hour, you know. So it was kind of tough, and as well as sometimes homeowners take advantage of people, and they kind of bully you around and kind of add things little by little, and they expect you to do it for free when in reality it's not free. And then things happen, you guys get into problems, and it's always good to talk. I say that all the time. It's always good to talk, and yeah, because one thing I do hate doing is change orders. Okay, I hate doing change orders to homeowners if it's my fault. If it's something that I missed or I didn't see, I hate doing change orders. I feel like that's my bad. That's why I'm the person that goes sees the jobs, and I don't know, but yet again, if homeowners want to add things that weren't on the estimate, then it's good to do a change order. You get me? So yeah, I think that's the whole gist of everything. Like I said, I spoke to my dad, we talked, he gave me price range to price it at. I'm doing the estimate, I did the scope of work, and I'm about to send it over. And then I'm gonna also show you guys how we bid our projects. Alright, so with general contractors, they either send a blueprint that you need to read off that, and it's kind of hard, or they use company cam, which is super easy. I think the project manager just records the whole job and explains it to you what they want done, and it's better in our end, but most of the time it's always blueprints, so you have to know how to read it and price it at that, like that. So it's kind of difficult, but yeah, nothing too hard. We're just gonna do this, change a couple things, and then I'll get back to you guys and let you guys know what I do. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna kind of show you guys what I usually do. Alright, so when general contractors send us a bid to do or something, either they use an app called Company Cam. It's right here, Company Cam. I really like Company Cam, but their annual fees and monthly fees are just way too expensive, and I think it's mostly more for general contractors. I don't think it's for painting contractors like myself. So that's why we don't really use Company Cam, but I really like this, and the reason why is because they do real timeline on these kind of projects. So this is I think it's an exterior project, and you can click on the video, and there you go. The project manager is talking, and he's kind of going over the whole project with you. So yeah, you can literally just go over here, press this, and just he's kind of going over the whole video for you. So it's kind of it's a pros for us, and the reason why is because it gives us a visual. All right, instead of sometimes when contractors do these project plans, you need to know how to read this. You need to know how to, with this information, know the square footage, need to know, and sometimes they go into detail with this, and they kind of tell you the color grades and stuff like that, and what they want done. But most of the time there's so little information that you need to read it off this. Like here, if I scroll down, the only thing that it gives me are the finishes. All right, right there, which is Benjamin Moore. That's the color they want to go with. All right, so we need to price it with Benjamin Moore prices, which are kind of pricey. We don't use Benjamin Moore that much. We use Sherwin-Williams, but like I said, we need to price it with Benjamin Moore prices. So yeah, most of the time they send us this. We need to learn how to read it and price it at that. Or sometimes when they want to catch us a break, what do? We do it off these videos, and then we give them a price. All right, so that's how we work. That's how general contractors tell us, and yeah.
Soy de familia pobre, alguien tenía que buscarle. Los sueños estaban claros y y las metas por delante. Le di vuelta a la moneda, yo quería billete grande.
Alright guys, so we're currently here at San Clemente at one of our projects, Profit Solutions. I'm going to showcase you guys what we're doing. Right here we were contracted to do all the interior as well as the exterior, so we're going to be doing the exterior. I just came here to see what there is to do. We're going to go down to the studio, see what they have done, but yeah, we'll probably come back here on Monday with a couple guys and try to finish this up, repaint the walls and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not that bad. It's coming along little by little. Excited. I know the exterior is gonna be a little hard. It's gonna be a lot of prep on the exterior, so not too excited about that, but I know it'll come out good. Yeah. Alright guys, just like that was literally our day. Alright, so it was kind of simple, clean. This is what I do in like a daily basis. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, right now we have a couple projects, but I'm in charge of one section, my father's in charge of another one. You know, next video, if you guys want, we can go with my dad and see what he does and what he's doing and things like that. So right now I'm in charge of our downtown San Clemente project. I'm partnering with Profit Solutions, and yeah, it's currently 1:30, so I'm done working, so now I can do whatever I want. You know, sometimes I go grocery shopping, or sometimes I go to Target and get some hygiene and stuff like that. But yeah, that's literally it. So that's just my day-to-day basis. Sometimes, you know, sometimes I do work to put hands on, or sometimes I just do what I did today, check up on projects, making sure I have schedule ready for the guys next week, and meeting up with project managers, and then I don't know, usually go to like a local coffee shop and do emails, bids and stuff like that, and send it out to the general contractors, like I said. But yeah, that's literally it. Nothing too crazy. Stay tuned for next week's video. That'll be more of like a Q&A. So if you guys have any questions, put them down in the description below. I'm also going to be posting it on our Instagram page. Yeah, next week's video is going to be a Q&A. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This is my first video, so I was a little nervous, but I know little by little that nervousness is gonna go away and I can push out more content for you guys. I just want this to be more of like a funny, cool side of me, nothing too crazy, you know, nothing professional. This is more like a raw footage behind the scenes, and you know, just getting to know me. That's more of like what I want for this channel. Alright, so yeah, stay tuned for more content. Yeah.